jubilation in the Senate chamber. You can see Senator Bamidele is hugging Senator Akpabio. However, there's been no official announcement from the clerk of the Senate on who won the election. We gather that the sorting is still going on and counting of votes. The clerk obviously is crossing his T's and dotting his I's to ensure that all is well and the right figure is announced. Supporters of Senator Godswill Akpabio have gathered around him, congratulating him, while we wait for the clerk of the Senate or the clerk of the National Assembly to announce who has won the election. But congratulations are ongoing and hugs from his colleagues. At the moment, they are not called senators yet because they haven't taken their oath of office. They are still senators-elect. After the winner is announced, the clerk will now swear who the winner of the election, that is the person who would emerge as Senate President. The clerk will swear in the Senate President, and the Senate President will in turn administer oath of office to his colleagues. Of Senator Akpabio have surrounded the Akwa Ibom senator, congratulating him on his success, although results are yet to be officially announced.
If the say is like this side, this one cannot.
Now it appears that tension is abating in the Senate chamber, at least because it's clear which direction this election is going, although we await official confirmation from the clerk of the Senate. We can see congratulations are still on from senators-elect as they surround Senator Godswill Akpabio. The National Assembly has been tense since 6 a.m. this morning with very tight security all the way to the office of the SGF. But the atmosphere in the Senate chamber is relaxing, or is being relaxed at the moment. And we still await the confirmation from the clerk of the Senate or the clerk of the National Assembly on who has won the election for the position of Senate President. We know there are two major contestants put forward today, Senator Godswill Akpabio and Senator Abdulaziz Yari. Now, when the nominations were taken, we saw a slight rowdy session in the Senate earlier when the nomination of Senator Abdulaziz Yari was put forward. Some lawmakers tried to raise a point of order, arguing that Senator Yari is not a ranking senator. But because these lawmakers elect have not been officially elected, they have not taken their oath of office, they were not allowed to move a point or raise a point of order. And so the clerk of the National Assembly did not entertain the point of order, but they made their feelings known. Specifically, we saw Senators Olamilekon and Senator Bamidele from Ekiti and Ogun State raise concerns that the nominee, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, is not a ranking senator. But the clerk of the Senate did not allow that point of order go. And so Senator Yari was allowed to be, his nomination was put forward by Senator Abu. And the votes were cast and sorted, and we are waiting for the clerk of the Senate to announce who is the winner or who would emerge as the next Senate President of the 10th Assembly.
Order, please, order. Order.
The clerk of the Senate is about to make an announcement. Would also have to note that some governors are in the Senate chamber at the moment. We know Senator Hope Uzodinma from Imo State is here. Senator Sanwo-Olu from Lagos is also here.
Senators-elect.
Sorry, Mr. Sanwo-Olu from Lagos, the governor of Lagos, is also in the Senate chamber.
Concluded, and the results are as follows. Total number of votes cast 109. Absent nil. Abstain nil. Abdulaziz Yari scored 46 votes. Godswill Akpabio scored 63 votes. Therefore, Senator-elect Godswill Akpabio, who has received the highest number of votes, is hereby declared and returned President of the Senate. You can now.
And there you have it. The clerk of the National Assembly has announced the results of the election. Mr. Abdulaziz Yari scored 46 votes, while Senator Godswill Akpabio scored 63 votes. And therefore, Senator Godswill Akpabio has emerged as the president of the 10th Senate. His colleagues are congratulating him. Colleagues across partisan lines, across from different political parties, are congratulating him at the moment in the Senate chamber. It's been a long journey for Senator Godswill Akpabio to emerge as the president of the 10th Senate. There's been lots and lots of meetings trying to lobby his colleagues. We know as late as yesterday, he met with lawmakers from the Southeast. And so it appears the meetings, the lobbyings, the talks have yielded results, and they have given him majority of the votes today. In a couple of minutes, the chamber will begin the process of electing the deputy senate of the president. We know that the APC, the ruling APC, has named Senator Jubril Barau from Kano State as its preferred candidate for the position of Deputy Senate President. We, however, do not know at the moment if the opposition will be fielding another nominee for Deputy Senate President. So we'll just have to wait and see the nominees that will emerge in a couple of minutes for the election of Deputy Senate President. Meanwhile, some state governors, though not members of the 10th Assembly, are here felicitating with Senator Akpabio. Amongst them, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Yaya Bello of Kogi, and Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State. Senator Godswill Akpabio has now mounted the seat where the Senate President sits. He's being flanked by two lawmakers who put forward his nomination, Senator Ali Ndume, who nominated him, and Senator Adiola Olamilekon from Ogun State, who co-nominated him, or who co-sponsored the motion for his nomination. He's being presented with his certificates, and the clerk would administer his oath of office.
Okay.
I, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Commander of the Order of the Niger,
do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of membership. Oath of membership of the National Assembly.
I, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, CON,
do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law, and the rules of the Senate, and always, in the interest of sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of the state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that I will abide
by the code of conduct contained in the fifth schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Then, which one? The oath of the President of the Senate. Oath of the President of the Senate. I do solemnly swear
God's will, Obot Akpabio, CON,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the Federal Republic of
to the
Nigeria,
Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that as President of the Senate,
that as President of the Senate,
I will perform my functions
I will perform my functions
honestly,
honestly,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully,
faithfully,
in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
and the law
and the law
and the rules of the Senate,
and the rules of the Senate,
and always in the interest of sovereignty,
and always in the interest of the sovereignty,
integrity,
integrity,
solidarity,
solidarity,
well-being,
well-being,
and prosperity
and prosperity
of the Federal Republic of
of
Nigeria.
the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
That I will strive to preserve
that I will strive to preserve
the fundamental objectives
the fundamental objectives
and directive principles
and directive principles
of state policy
of state policy
contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and that I will preserve,
and that I will preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and that I will abide
and that I will abide
by the Code of Conduct
by the Code of Conduct
contained in the 5th Schedule
contained in the 5th Schedule
to the Constitution of the Federal
to the
Republic.
Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You need to sign. Yeah. Let him sign.
Senator Godswill Akpabio has just taken 3 oaths. The first is the oath of allegiance. The second is the oath of membership of the National Assembly. And the third oath he has taken today is the oath of the President of the Senate. He is now signing on the documents. After this, the nomination for the position of Deputy Senate President will be open.
Yeah, then he will sign here. Finish our job. I think it's one copy I signed now. No, it's blue. I don't sign with me.
So Senator Godswill Akpabio, the President of the 10th Senate, has just taken his oaths, 3 of them: oath of allegiance, oath of membership of the National Assembly, and oath of the President of the Senate. Senator Akpabio is a 2-time federal lawmaker. He first came to the Senate in the 8th Assembly. He was the Senate Majority Leader in the 8th Assembly. His journey in politics has been long. He started as the Akwa Ibom Commissioner from 2002 to 2006. Then he became the governor of Akwa Ibom State from 2007 to 2015. He came into the National Assembly in 2015. That was the 8th Senate. From 2015 to 2019, he was the Senate Minority Leader, rather, from 2015 to 2018. After the expiration of the 8th Senate, he became the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs in the previous administration, that's the President Muhammad Buhari administration. He was the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. He contested in the election this year and won the seats of the Senate ticket and won the election. The Senate President has been handed the Senate standing orders, the Senate rule books, and all other documents that he needs to preside the 10th Senate. He's now sitting on the seat of the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly.
Distinguished Senators-elect, the next is the election of the Deputy President of the Senate. I now call for nominations. Distinguished Senator-elect.
The election of the Deputy Senate President is about to commence. Senators will be asked to nominate their preferred candidates.
The President of the Senate, the Clerk of the National Assembly, I am Engineer Mweze David Umahi, the immediate past governor of Ebonyi State and the chairman of this winning group. I stand to nominate Senator Jibrin Barau to take the seat of the Deputy Senate President of the Senate. Mr. Senate President, Mr. Clerk, I rise today in this historic hallowed trade chamber of the Nigerian people with honor, a deep sense of responsibility, patriotism, national unity, and in the spirit of National Democracy Day Memorial, to move for the nomination that distinguished Senator Jibrin Barau, CON, representing the industrious people of Kano North Senatorial District, do take the chair of the Senate as the Deputy President of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, may I seek your permission to read a brief citation of this distinguished Nigerian. Senator Barau I. Jibrin was born in 1959 at his hometown of Kano, the headquarters of Kabo local government area of Kano State. He holds a certificate in financial management for making business decisions from Cornell University, United States of America. He also has a bachelor degree in accounting, master's certificate in financial management and pricing, master's certificate in management and master's of business administration degree, MBA. After his initial higher studies, the senator worked briefly in the accounting department of the Kano State Foundation before he resigned in 1992 to begin his private flourishing business with vast interests in the manufacturing, insurance, and the construction sectors of the Nigerian economy. His success in the private sector prepared him adequately to begin a process of championing the cause of his people through the instrumentality of politics. The senator's passion for his people motivated him to contest and won election in 1999 to the House of Representatives to represent Turani Federal Constituency of Kano State. While in the Federal House of Representatives, he served as the chairman, House Committee on Appropriations. As the chairman of the committee, he initiated in the year 2000 the practice of providing opportunities for federal legislatures to nominate projects to be implemented in their constituency project in parentheses, in the federal government's annual budget. This practice has been accepted and is being adopted not only by the federal legislatures, but also the state legislators across the country. He was also a member of the House of Representatives Committee on Power, among other committees, during that period. He was appointed in year 2000 to serve as a member of a committee set up by former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo to review the Nigeria budgetary process. He served as the chairman of the Kano State Investment and Properties Limited, a company wholly owned by the Kano State government. He also served as a commissioner in the Kano State Executive Council during the second term of Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso's administration. On his return to electoral contest in 2015, Senator Barrow contested and won election to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing his native Kano North Senatorial District under the platform of All Progressive Congress. He was appointed same year as the Vice Chairman Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream of the Senate, and subsequently became the chairman of the same committee. In the latter year of 2016, he was reassigned to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions of State Fund as the chairman of the committee, a position he held till the end of the 80th National Assembly. He was re-elected to the Senate in 2019 and served as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriation until the end of his tenure in the 9th Assembly last week. Notably, he was the secretary of the Northern Senators Forum from 2016 to 2021, when he resigned in order to concentrate more on his rigorous duty as the chairman Senate Committee on Appropriations. He received the award of the Northern Senator of the Year 2017 by the Nigeria Senate Press Corps. He also received in June this year the Budget Cycles Restoration Award by the same National Assembly Press Corps in recognition of the role he played to restore the Nigeria budget cycle from January to December of every year. He was bestowed with the National Award of the Commander of the Order of Niger by the former President Muhammad Buhari in the year 2022 in recognition of his sterling service to Nigeria. Mr. Senate President, the Clerk of the National Assembly, my distinguished colleagues, it is for these reasons and more that I, Engineer Wednesday David Umahi, CON, Fellow of Nigeria Society of Engineers, FNAT, do urge us, as I have urged myself, to support this national unity and stability for Nigeria's motion for the nomination that distinguished Senator Jibrin Barau, CON, do take the chair of the Senate as the Deputy President of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the benefit of Nigeria and Nigerians. I do move.
Any seconder? Senator-elect.
Distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, Senator Godswill Akpobia, Senate President of the 10th Senate, the Clerk of the National Assembly, and distinguished Senators-elect. I rise to second the motion ably moved by Senator-elect Senator Dave Umahi that Senator Jibrin Barau be given the opportunity to take the seat of the Deputy Senate President. I so move. I so second, and my names are Senator-elect Saliu Mustafa, representing Kwara Central.
Distinguished Senator-elect Barau.
Mr. President, my distinguished Senators-elect, My name is Barrow I. Jibrin, the senator-elect representing Kano North, senatorial zone. Mr. President, I stand to accept the nomination, the motion for nomination as moved by Senator-elect David Umahi, that I should take the Senate chair to add or to be the Deputy President of the Senate of the 10th Senate. Mr. President, I so accept. Thank you.
Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? In the absence of further nomination, I declare the nomination closed. So, yeah. Since we have only one candidate vying for the position of the Deputy President of the Senate, I now declare Senator Jibrin Barrow as duly elected Deputy President of the Senate. Yeah. How to do it? No, I think you know the one thing.
Okay, it's allowed.
Senator Jibrin Barrow, a federal lawmaker representing Kano North, is now the Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate. He is unopposed, as no other nomination has been put forward by any lawmaker-elect here in the Senate chamber. Senator Jibrin Barrow from Kano State holds a bachelor's degree in accounting. He was first elected to the Nigerian Senate in 2015 and re-elected in 2019 to represent Kano North Senatorial District. Before his tenure in the Senate, Senator Barrow served in the House of Representatives. In the 9th Senate, Senator Barrow chaired the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tertiary Education in the 8th Senate, and in the 9th Senate, he was the chairman, Senate Committee on Appropriation. He's making his way to the front of the Senate chamber where he will take his seat, and he's hugging his colleagues. Senator Barrow, the new Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate, will now take his oath of office. Senator Barrow was nominated by Senator-elect Dave Umahi and seconded by Senator Salihu Mustafa. The clerk of the Senate is giving him his documents, and he's about to take the oath of office.
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Out of member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability. Faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law, and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the fifth schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Deputy President said, I solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as the Deputy President of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability. Faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law, and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of the state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the fifth schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Yeah, sorry, I always forgot my phone. No, let me see someone. Yeah.
Wait, it's red or red?
Very bloody one.
No.
Okay, no.
Now go?
Yeah. maka yana za su gyara sa deputy da baro ɗinka deputy yawa sai kai sign same thing sa deputy sai kai sign no, you need to be printing them well. Yeah, thank you.
The Deputy Senate President, Senator Tajudeen Barrow, has just taken his oath of office and has been given the Senate standing orders and the Senate standing rules, as well as all the documents he needs for his work as Deputy Senate President. Senator Tajudeen Barrow returned unopposed. No other nomination was put forward by his colleagues for the position of Deputy Senate President. And so the first set of the leadership of the Senate has been announced. Senator Godswill Akpabio, the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly, and Senator Tajudeen Barrow, the Deputy Senate President. Both principal officers have taken their oath of office and received their documents. They will in turn, the Senate President will in turn swear in his colleagues, other lawmakers elect, and they would now be called senators.
Okay. Come. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let me start.
The Senate President and the Deputy Senate President have just taken pictures with their family members. After the pictures, the business of the day will continue in the Senate with the swearing in of the senators-elect.
Excellency, what next? Next, Senate is going. Once you go.
It's been an eventful day here in the National Assembly, in the Senate first of all, with the election of the Senate President and the Deputy Senate President. We've seen how Senator Godswill Akpabio emerged as the President of the 10th Senate, defeating his only rival in the election. Senator Akpabio, in the election, Senator Akpabio scored 63 votes, while his opponent, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, scored 46 votes. All 109 senators are present in the Senate chamber, and they all took part in the election. There was no void vote. In the case of a Deputy Senate President, Senator Tajudeen Barrow, representing Kano North, he returned unopposed because no nomination was put forward by any lawmaker-elect.
Akwai dan wani announcement da sun fice ni. Yeah. Then you say Emerson Theater. Yeah. Okay. Order, distinguished. Order. Order, distinguished. Please return to your seat. Order, order, distinguished senators-elect. The President of the Senate, the Deputy President of the Senate, senators-elect, I wish to make this announcement. We have in our mix the former Senate President, Senator Ebute Ame. He may wish to also congratulate the President of the Senate and the Deputy President of the Senate. Also in our mix, we have our former clerks to the National Assembly, person of Dr. Ibrahim Salim, CON, Alhaji Abubakar Maikaswa, OON, PhD, and Alhaji Sani Ataba Omolori. Thank you. The President of the Senate, the Deputy President of the Senate, distinguished senators-elect, on behalf of the management of National Assembly, I wish to congratulate you once again for this historic occasion. I think from now I have concluded my assignment in the Senate. I will now proceed to the House of Representatives. Thank you. Okay. Also in our mix, we have the former clerk, Amos Olatunde Ojo. Thank you. Sorry for that.
Ojo. vote will take time. That is the clerk now. Woman. That is the clerk. That is our clerk.
You can come and relax very well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. If I come with my paper, just approve.
But better I'll come and carry my chair.
Thank you. Then Joshua, come and relax.
Come and do your take. Give him take.
No, when you are here, I will carry my chair.
Come and do your take. They've recorded for you. Come and do take.
You try for me. Okay, sir. This girl cry. I tell you,
What's up?
when they elect,
Do it now.
when they announced Senate Ababi elect,
She cried.
she just took my ear run.
Run.
I tell you, to go and look at Ababi. This one that was, understand?
Maybe it's even them none of them come. She go hold am.
Oh, hold on.
Nobody feel hold her.
And she start to cry. People say, hey, something like that rush.
Stop, Jay. She can't hold her
She can't hold her emotion.
Start to
Well done, man. Sir? I'm touching my... Yeah, you know recognize him.
Sarah may check well well. Sarah may know the cover head. No mind now. She go dey come. When you know that she's not feeling fine, you kept calling her. You kept calling her. You don't have my number again. Nah. See, you would have collected from Pinda now. What the man now? When I gave my car, what he did was that instead of opening our system, we now typed it alongside. So you saw the name was on the last page. That was what happened. Even me, I came here after 3 years to come and do that. Wow. That was when I was leaving the house. You never read in acceptance speech. You don't read. Has he read his acceptance speech?
I have not.
Body, what has Mama. Mama, thank you very much.
I will get. I will go back. I will get Thank you. So the permanent.
I'm reporting back tomorrow. It's okay, sir.
keep sitting here, do little things.
The diplomat later wasn't Samba seeing it.
So you're welcome. Thank you.
What a historic event. And we pause the event. They didn't pause it. They should pause it to the battery set.
The pause is it's just stop now.
Pause.
Distinguished senators-elect, may I now have the privilege of inviting the clerk of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to now administer the oath of membership of this great Senate on the senators-elect. The clerk.
Senators-elect, I will now proceed. Son. As senators-elect, I will now proceed with inviting senators-elect state by state, 3 states at a time, to come forward to administer, to take oath of office. Work out Abia State, work out Chadalentin, Carlo Oji Uzo, Abaribe Enyinaya Hakot, Abbas Aminu Iya, Ishaku Elisha Cliff, Yarobinos Dauda, Etim Basi Anekon, Samson Akpan Ekon, Abia State, okay, they're here. Adamawa State, Abbas Aminu Iya, Ishaku Elisha Cliff, three. Yaro Binos Dauda, okay.
So the one that you do. You don't do anything, I will finish.
They're not complete. It's all on. 4, 5, 6. You need to have 2 more. I call the names again. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Walker Chadalentin, Carlo Oji Uzo, Abaribe Enyinaya Hakot, Abbas Aminu Iya, Ishaku Elisha Cliff, Yarobinos Dauda, Etim Basi Anekon, Samson Akpan Ekon. You swear after, you stay after me. We are starting with the oath of allegiance. I state your name. Do solemnly affirm or swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly swear stroke affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the fifth schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Anambra State, Ume Victor Chukwunonyelu, Nwoye Tony, Oba Patrick Ifeanyi. Bauchi State, Ahmed Abdul Nengi, Kaila Samaila Dahua, Boba Omar Shehu. Bayelsa State, Kombowe Benson Friday, Agadaga Benson Sunday, Dixon Serake Henry. Come. Well, so two are not. Kaila Samaila Dahua. Okay. Boba Omar Shehu. Okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear stroke affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th Schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Benue State, Udende Emmanuel Memsa, Zam Titus Tatenga, we'll get it right. Moro Abba Patrick, Borno State, Kaka Shehu Lawan, Monguno Mohammed Tahel, Ndume Mohammed Ale, Cross River State, Jonah Williams Eteng, Jaribwe Agom Jaribwe, Asukwo Ekpenyon, okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th Schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Delta State. Omwe ya dafinon ede Nwoko Chinedu Monel, Ewo Mazino Joel Onawekwo Thomas,
It can never be empty.
Emeka Eze Kenneth, Nwebonye Onyeka Peter, Umahi Nweze David, Okwe Edo State, Okwebolo Monday, Oshomole Adams Aliu, Emmanuel Neda Bernard, Ekiti State, Okpeyemi Bamidele Michael, Oluwole Fashi Cyril, Adaramodu Adeyemi Raphael. Okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Enugu State, Chukwu Kelvin Chizoba, Okechukwu Eza, Osita Ngwu, FCT, Kingibe Ireti Hiba, Gombe State, Goje Mohammed Danjuma, Dankwambo Ibrahim Hassan, Siako Yaro Anthony, Imo State, Onyewuchi Ezenwa Francis, Chiwuban Dubeze Patrick, Izunaso Osita Bonaventure, Jigawa State, Abdulhamid Malam Adore Ahmed, Huzaini Babangida Oba, Kabib Mustafa, Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the fifth schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Kaduna State. Usman Lawal Adamu. Khalid Ibrahim Mustafa. Carton Sunday Marshall. Kano State. Rufa Ahanga. Abdurrahman Kaus Suleiman. Yaradua Abdulaziz Musa. Zangon Daura Nasir Sane. Mohammed Danduse Muntare. Kebbi State. Aliero Adamu Mohammed. Abdullahi Yahaya Abubakar. Garba Musa. Okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Kogi State, Ohere Sadiku Abubakar, Jibrin Issa, Karimu Sunday Steve, Kwara State, Saliu Mustafa, Suleiman Umar Sadiq, Isa Ashiru Yelola, Lagos State, Eshilokun Sande Wasiu, Adetokumbo Abiru Mukail, Oluranti Adebule Idiat, Nasarawa State, Akwashiki Godia, Ogoshi Onawu Mohammed, Aliyu Wadada Ahmed. Let them shift. Okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, So help me God. Niger State. Musa Mohammed Sani. Sani Bello Abubakar. Jia Peter Ndalikale. Ogun State. Salisu Shuaib Afolabi. Olubenga Daniel Justice. Olamilekan Adeola Solomon. Ondo State. Ademobi Ire Adeni Ayodele. Olajide Ipinsaba Emmanuel. Folorunsho Jimo Ibrahim. Osun State. Oluti Ifadei Oluwole. Father Unsi Adeniba Francis. Oyewumi Kamorudin Olalere. One person. Okay. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oyo State, Akintunde Yunus Abiodun, Buhari Abdul Fattah, Ali Sharafaddin Abiodun. Plateau State, South Soplang Dicket, Wakwam Simon Davo, Napoleon Binka Valley, River State, Onyeso Allwell Hiacho, Mpigi Baranada, Banigo Ibali Bohari, Sokoto State, Ibrahim Lamido, Wabako M. Aliyu, Tambuwa Waziri Aminu, Taraba State, Manu Haruna, Isa Shahid Bulau, Jim Kuta David, Oath of Allegiance. Oath of Allegiance. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th Schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Yobe State, Gedam Alhaji Ibrahim, Lawan Ahmad Ibrahim, Mohammed Bumai Ibrahim. Zamfara State, Bilbis Aliyu Ikra, Yao Sahabi Alhaji, Abubakar Abdulaziz Yare. Oath of Allegiance. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of the National Assembly. I do solemnly that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the Senate, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability, faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law and the rules of the Senate, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Okay.
The clerk of the Senate, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, other principal officers, let me in a special way recognize the immediate past Senate President, our dear brother, distinguished Senator Ahmed Lawan. I want to say to God be the glory. The creator of the universe, he alone is supreme. We give all glory and honor, majesty, dominion, and power, and we bow before God Almighty and acknowledge his inestimable control of the affairs of man, including the transfer of power. Today marks a historic moment for all of us as we embark on a new chapter in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My speech is on my behalf and also on behalf of my Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate, a very humble personage who have been humbled by the events of today, distinguished Senator Jibril Barao. We are both very happy to have been given this opportunity, and we show gratitude to Almighty God. We also want to thank God on your behalf, and especially congratulate all of you who have just been sworn in as senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for being able to wade through the very difficult elections
that we passed through, I described that last election as the first cashless election in Nigeria, the 2023 elections. In some states, we had tsunamis, and in others, we had some of our colleagues returning. But I think the number of senators that returned were about 30 or thereabouts. And those that came fresh into the red chambers are about 79 in number. But today, everybody is ranked, having been sworn in. So I want to say once again, congratulations. Let me also thank the clerk of the National Assembly, the clerk of the Senate, and all the staff of the Senate and the National Assembly for their very, very valuable time and hard work, dedication to duties and commitments and contributions to the Nigerian Federation. I want to say, I don't know how Senator Ndube puts it, whether he says first among equals or first one among equals or first among equals. There is a way he puts his own. So I don't understand, but I just want to say that I will continue to be one amongst you. And I'll work with you, for you, beside you. I'll be a Senate President that will stand for all, including distinguished Senator Yari. Whether he was qualified to contest or not did not matter. What mattered is that democracy took root right here in these chambers today. So let me congratulate you for a hard fight. I want to extend my hand of fellowship to you. We've already discussed here that we are going to work very closely together. I take it that every single senator here voted for me. And what has happened today is historic. This is the first time in the Nigerian Senate that you have 8 political parties seated in one chamber. What that means is that as soon as you pass through the door to enter these red chambers, you become a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and no longer of your political party. And I will treat you so. I must say that I am humbled to be so honored by my colleagues. I'm extremely delighted that despite the fact that the invitations were very few, my dear wife, Ekaite Unamagos Wilakwabio, is in the crowd to witness this historic occasion together with my last daughter. I hope she will not admire any senator here. But I wouldn't mind being a father-in-law to a senator if there's any young one that is not married. So, my dear wife, congratulations for being a great woman, a woman of great virtue, an exemplary woman, and one that loves Nigeria, and one that loves humanity. May God continue to prosper and bless you and grant you peace. The country is at a crossroads. We are grappling with a lot of difficulties. We are just inherited an economy that requires renewal, revitalization. I want to thank our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the Vice President Kashim Shettima, GCON, for the steps they've taken so far, which has given a lot of hope to the entire Nigerian Federation and even the West African sub-region as a whole. I want to assure Mr. President that no matter what name the Senate is called, we are here to do national duties. This Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians. And so long as the policies that come to these chambers concern the empowerment and upliftment of Nigerians, we shall dwell and deliberate and then have robust debate with public hearings. We will work closely with the executive arm of government whilst maintaining the normal independence of the legislature. So let me thank the President for the choice of Senator Godswill Akpabio and Senator Jibril Barrow, and also thank the party, the All Progressive Congress, for the zoning system that brought all of us, and especially thank my colleagues, my brothers, and my sisters in the 10th Assembly, the 10th Senate, for voting for us across party lines. This is the way we shall continue to be together. Whatever will happen here, we will think Nigeria, and will dwell on Nigeria, and will make a very big difference. I assure you that my reputation precedes me. My track record is there for all to see. We will bring about uncommon changes in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I must say that today should not really be a speech-making day. It should just be a day for all of us to thank God that none of us was consumed by the COVID. Mine is to pray for you, as you have honored me and honored my brother, Jibril, that God will also continue to honor you, and God will be there for you and your families. Something that I always feel in my heart, may none of us ever be a next item in the 10th Senate. Can we say amen? I used to feel very bad whenever we come for sittings and they will say we have to adjourn, and then they will say stand up for 1 minute silence, and 32 seconds later, they will say may he or her soul rest in peace. The next thing, they will say clerk, next item. So I felt we were all next items. So the first prayer I have for you, for this great honor today, is that may you never be a next item. May you never be a next item. May your family never see tragedies. That will be my prayer to God Almighty. So I want to further assure you that the enormous responsibilities facing us, that we shall tackle them headlong. We'll look into the existing laws and work closely with the House of Representatives to realign them, to ensure that they are fit for purpose and they suit the current realities of the artificial intelligence that the world is facing today. We will try our best to also make laws that will move forward and encourage foreign direct investment into the country. The current administration has brought about the acronym of Renewed Hope, and I think this Senate will join in ensuring a total renewal hope for Nigerians, where there seemed to have been no hope. I had the opportunity of serving as a governor, and I warned my people who work with me that I do not still believe in politically motivated infrastructure. Therefore, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will ensure very serious oversight functions. We shall carry out very serious oversight functions to make sure that we do not waste the resources of the country. We'll put members of the executive on their toes, particularly the ministers, when they are ready to work, when they are appointed. We'll follow project by project, and also we'll do our best in terms of our preparation. We will not have any delay. And this one, I must commend the 9th Senate, because we had a difficult time in the 8th Senate, when we used to have delay in budgets for almost 7 months. But when I came this time around, the 9th Senate did so well. They were able to get Nigeria back to the era of January to December budget system. And I think the 10th Senate will maintain that tradition. I hope I'm speaking your minds. That will enable us to plan well and start well for the country. So the executive must also assist us to make sure that they send the budgets on time, and the ministers and then the MDS and the other parastatals that ought to defend the budgets will have to suspend foreign trips and come down to do so, so we can act timelessly and make sure that we maintain that tradition. So I pay great tribute to my predecessor, distinguished Senator Ahmed Lawan, for the achievements. The number of laws passed were unprecedented, and particularly the SDGs, the numerous projects strewn around the country that were completed, unlike in the 8th Senate, when we had what they call budgetary approval, and then they said no cash backing, and so we had a lot of abandoned projects. I do hope that this current administration will also work closely with us to give us 98 to 100% releases, and not just approval without cash backup. So we'll work closely with the executive in that direction for the benefit of the constituents. So I assure my colleagues that yes, indeed, God has given us this opportunity. Every generation, according to Frank Fanon, must, out of absolute obscurity, discover their mission. And when they do so, they either fulfill the mission or they betray the mission. This Senate, the 10th Senate, we have discovered our mission, which is a mission to renew hope in Nigeria, a mission to ensure that we revitalize the Nigerian economy, working closely with the executive. We will not betray the people of Nigeria. I will not betray that intention. So, my dear brothers, government is a continuum, and the Senate is no less. We shall therefore further strengthen the legislative space in continuation of the laudable efforts made by the 9th Senate that I've just referred to. Some of the issues that will concern us will be gender matters. We don't have a lot of women in the Senate. I'm not suggesting that you give your spaces to women in the 11th Senate, but we ought to have had more women here. But we have only 3 women in the Senate. So I want to congratulate them and pray that next time we shall have more women, but not my seat, maybe any other person who wishes to have. So we shall pay particular attention to issues relating to persons with disabilities and the vulnerables in our dear society. We will engage in any legislative action that will bring about empowerment and stop our youth from being recruited into banditry and then unknown gunmen, Boko Haram and others. We'll pay attention to insecurity. We'll work closely with the executive to ensure that we can sleep with our 2 eyes closed, and then we can also travel by rail, by road, to any part of the country without fear, let, or hindrance. We will expand legislation to improve the revenue stream in the country. Our current president has a track record in that respect. When he became a governor in Lagos State in 1999, I think Lagos was not getting more than 600 million or thereabouts in a month. But today, with the programs he put in place, they say Lagos is getting between 50 to 61 billion every month as internally generated revenue. Nigeria can do so. We can improve the revenue of this country so that we tackle most of the debts that we have strewn all over the place. The president has already said that Nigeria must produce what it consumes and consume what it produces. And therefore, we will do everything to assist him to make sure that that dream becomes a reality for the prosperity of this great nation. So we must tackle issues that relate to new sources of revenue. We shall have a seriously forward-looking Senate that will emphasize on economic viability, social acceptability, tackle environmental issues, and then bring about sustainable growth. We must therefore, as a body, rise to partner with the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to provide the required legislative framework and legal environment for him to anchor the policies and programs that he espouses for the country. Like he says, elections are over, governance has started, and for the 10th Senate, we are going to we are going to hit the ground running, and we'll make sure that our constituents are proud of us every step of the way. So let me say, distinguished senators, our roles as representatives and members of our individual political parties notwithstanding, there is every reason for us to support good policies and programs of the federal government and also look at what the states are doing. Because if the states are not doing well, there is no amount of work at the federal level that will have meaning. To the Nigerian people, I say this: your dreams, your aspirations, and your well-being will be at the heart of everything that we do in these chambers. I therefore urge you to continue to pray for us, but remain faithful, because we are steadfast and will remain united as Nigerians to ensure that your welfare is not taken for granted, and particularly the mandate that you have given to us is not abused in any way. Finally, I want to plead with you, distinguished senators, to permit me to offer special commendations to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces for the bold step he has so far taken, particularly in the issue of subsidy. If it requires legislative backing, we shall give. We must begin to produce our own fuel in Nigeria. We must begin to encourage production of diesel and others in this country. And of course, if the stories so far are true, that we used to have 69 million barrels a month, and we are now having about 13 or 15 million barrels, that will show that we were subsidizing all the consumption going on in our neighboring countries, with which we can no longer continue with our very lean resources. So we applaud the federal government for such steps. So I thank you. Distinguished Senator Barrow, on your behalf, I thank my brothers. I won't speak today, maybe another day. Our heart is full of joy. And please send me the addresses of wherever you are doing your receptions. I want to go around one by one to celebrate with you. And I wish your families a blessed journey back home without any incident of accident. Congratulations and welcome to the uncommon 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Right now, may I now invite the Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Jibril Barrow, who was returned unopposed while I went through a very difficult situation. To now move a motion for the adjournment of today's proceedings. Distinguished Senator Barrow.
Thank you, our uncommon Senate President. I am Barrow Jibrin. I represent Kano North, and I stand to move that this August Senate stand adjourned to tomorrow, the 14th day of June, 2023. I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder? I recognize the immediate past DG of Stability Group, which is no longer existing. The distinguished Senator, distinguished Senator Ali Ndume, one of the landlords of the Nigerian Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I stand to second the motion ably moved by our uncommon, unopposed Deputy Senate President, Jibrin Barrow. I so second.
Distinguished senators of the 10th Senate, the motion for adjournment has been moved and seconded. Those who are in support of the motion say aye, and those who are against it say nay. The ayes have it. This Senate is hereby adjourned till tomorrow, at 10 a.m., 14th day of June at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Where's my own?
Put the time by 11:30.
Give me one of you want my own.
Which one is your?
Where is the third one?
Which one you went with it?
You don't have. I don't know. Okay, look at her own. You should bring it.
Don't worry, now we'll go and collect. We are all going to the cemetery. That's all, man.
How are you?
Wrong language.
Our leader. Your cousin.
Have you off the distance? Nice one, man. Wow. Oh my God.
Hello, hello, hello. So this camera is not working. The entry.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We are collecting, not yet there. We have collected for you to come and sit.
Well, voting has just ended in the House of Representatives, and just before I came onto the microphone, a member from Katsina State has been trying to draw the attention of the clerk, the deputy clerk to be precise, who was presiding over this, that his name was not mentioned when the lists was read out. It's now been clarified by some members, including the former leader of the 9th House of The leadership has now tried to sort the matter out. One of the lawmakers from Katsina State says he wasn't allowed to vote, that his name was mentioned earlier and he had answered present. But as it stands, voting has ended in the House of Representatives. Three candidates participated in this election: Honorable Aminu Jaji, Honorable Idris Wase, and Honorable Tajudeen Abbas. Now, the voting process was quite different from what had obtained in the past. 359 lawmakers whose names were called today have voted.
Vote cast 359. Absentees nil. Member elect, starting from the runners up. Members elect Aminu Jaji, pooled 3 votes. Member elect Idris Wase, pooled 3 votes. Member elect Tajudeen Abbas, 353 votes. Members elect, the next stage of the process is the declaration of the winner of the election. But at this point, I want to take my exit because the host of the House, the clerk to the National Assembly, is in-house. So I want to take my leave for him to announce the result. And from this point onward, he will be in charge of the proceedings.
Members elect, my name is Sani Magaji Samuel, the clerk to the National Assembly. I have the honor and the privilege to declare the result of the election for the seat of the Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives. Here is the result. I will now declare the result. Member-elect Tajudeen Abbas, having scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and returned elected as the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Tajudeen Abbas has just been declared winner. The 10th House of Representatives has a new speaker. He is Honorable Tajudeen Abbas, who's defeated 2 other candidates, Aminu Jaji and Idris Wase, who scored 3 votes each. Tajudeen Abbas had 353 votes, and you just heard the clerk to the National Assembly make that declaration. In his place, while he presided over the Senate for the elections, the Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly conducted the elections in the House of Representatives, and that is because of the amendment made to the Standing Orders of the House 2019, allowing the Deputy Clerk to do that. Ordinarily, the Clerk to the National Assembly would have finished with the Senate and then come to conduct proceedings in the House of Representatives, but the amendment to the Standing Rules allowed the Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly to do so. Another amendment which changed proceedings here today is the voting order or pattern The House of Representatives, unlike the Senate, which conducted the secret voting system, the House conducted a voice vote system where every member, 359 of them seated here today, got up and openly stated who they were voting for. There you find the new Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 10th House of Representatives, Dr. Tajudeen Abbas. He'll be decorated by the clerk to the National Assembly, Mr. Sani Tambawal. Just to let you know that in attendance today are some state governors, the governors of Imo State, Ogun State, Deputy Governor of Edo State, the Governor of Kogi State as well, all in attendance to witness this ceremony. The House of Representatives is making use of 2 chambers, makeshift chambers to be precise, considering the fact that the main chambers of both the House and Senate are under renovation.
I, Abbas Tajudeen,
do solemnly
but we are different from governors.
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve
Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oath of Speaker of the House of Representatives.
I, Abbas Tajudeen,
do solemnly affirm. That I will be faithful.
And
bear true allegiance. To the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I will perform my functions. Honestly. To the best of my ability. Faithfully. In accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
In accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And the law.
And the
rules of the House.
And
always in the interest of the sovereignty. Integrity. Solidarity. Well-being. And prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve. The fundamental objectives. And directive principles. Of state policy. Contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will preserve.
And that I will abide.
And that I will preserve. Protect. And defend. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I will abide. By the code of conduct. Contained in the 5th schedule. Of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of member of the House of Representatives.
I, Abbas Tajudeen,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful, bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the House of Representatives, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law and the rules of the House, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the fifth schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
I can sign with a blue Bible. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, it's official. The 10th House of Representatives Speaker is Honorable Tajudeen Abbas. He's a third-term member of the House of Representatives. His immediate past chairman of the House Committee on Land Transport. He's been a member of the House of Representatives, I beg your pardon, since 2011. The next action in the chamber now, after the Speaker finishes signing the documents, would be the election of the Deputy Speaker. Nominations will follow just the way it did with the Speaker. If there are more than one nominations, voice votes of 359 members will occur again. In the Senate, Senator Jibrin Barrow was unopposed, and he's been named the Deputy Speaker. Deputy Senate President, I beg your pardon, Honorable Tajudeen Abbas, has a running mate. His name is Honorable Benjamin Kalu. There are other candidates for Deputy Speaker, but we will await and see who is nominated and who accepts that nomination. You're watching the live coverage of the inauguration and election in the House of Representatives. The Senate has now adjourned till tomorrow after the voting of the Deputy Speaker. Honorable Tajudeen Abbas is expected to give a speech, and then the House will adjourn to tomorrow, when the first plenary of the 10th House of Representatives will officially begin. I think it's an interesting outcome from what many had predicted would happen here today. Some strong contenders had to step down, others did not. Those who did, Honorable Aliyu Betara, Honorable Yusuf Gagdi, Honorable Sada Soli, all stepped down to support Honorable Tajudeen Abbas after meeting with the President. It's interesting that there's no record of a meeting, perhaps no detailed record or outcome of a meeting specifically with the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, and he's maintained that there is a need to entrench democracy. The same position was taken by Honorable Aminu Jaji, who went ahead to contest this election. despite not being the preferred candidate of their party, the ruling All Progressives Congress. There you have it. The presentation of a certificate to Honorable Tajudeen Abbas and a gavel signifying authority as Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives. As we await the commencement of voting or nomination for the position of Deputy Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives, I'll say a few things about Honorable Tajudeen Abbas. He's a man loved by many. Honorable Abbas Tajudeen is referred to by his colleagues as a very calm man whom they believe, despite the outcome here today, I mean, if you compare 353 votes out of 359, it's almost easy to understand why it would be easy to carry everyone along, considering that it would seem that he is loved by his colleagues. Honorable Abbas Tajudeen believes that Nigerian masses are better provided with a basic and sound education and their resources better managed to provide essential services for growth. His colleagues here mentioned a number of bills and his interests in legislative matters and the growth of the masses.
I remain Babajimi Benson. I represent the very good people and gender-friendly people of the Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Honorable colleagues, 5%, 50% of the job is done. Honorable colleagues, I rise today in the spirit of inclusion, in the spirit of marginalization, in the spirit of correcting the marginalization in our polity, in the spirit of renewed hope, in the spirit of inclusion, I rise today to nominate a man who has passed 45 bills in the House of Reps, a legal luminary, a man who has assisted the House as a publicity committee chairman of the House of Reps, a spokesperson par excellence. It is this same House that all members elect today are being sworn in. A man of justice, a man of character, a man of good conscience, a man who at 29 became the local government chairman of Bende local government in Abia State, a man who at 32 years became a commissioner in Abia State, a lawyer par excellence who graduated from the University of Calabar, A man who I asked yesterday that, are you sure you can do this job? A man who then called all his aides and said, the youngest person who is a member of the representative's office is greater than my office. A man who I asked again, are you sure you're ready for this job? He responded and used a phrase called a corporate soul. I said, what does that mean? He said a corporate soul means the office remains, but the officer comes and goes. He said, and he quoted John Wesley, he said that he will do all the good he can to all the people he can, at all the time he can, in all the places he can, to all the members he can, and every inch of the time. He is prepared to complement the good efforts of our Right Honorable Speaker, 10th Assembly, Right Honorable T.J. Abbas Iyazazao. I rise to nominate Benjamin Okeze Kalu as the Deputy Speaker of the 10th National Assembly. I so nominate, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? I'm by elect.
No. Go ahead.
Good morning, honorable colleagues. My name is Kafilat Ogbara from Federal Constituency. I hereby rise to support the nomination of Honorable Benjamin Kalu as the Deputy Speaker for the 10th Assembly. I so second. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Waziri Bukar Ibrahim, I represent Damaturu, Tarmo and Gujibagula in the Federal Constituency of Yobe State. I rise to second the nomination of Honorable Ben Kalu as Deputy Speaker of this Right Honorable House. I so second.
Yeah. Member. Order. Members elect order. I now call Honorable Benjamin Kalu. Benjamin Kalu to state whether he accepts.
Most distinguished Speaker of the 10th Assembly, the Clerk of the National Assembly, the Deputy Clerk of the National Assembly, all former presiding and principal officers of the previous assemblies, my honorable colleagues, member-elects. My name is Benjamin Okezie Kalu. I represent the good people of Nigeria, starting from Bende, Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm from Abia State, and I rise to accept the nomination ably presented by Honorable Jimmy Benson and ably seconded by Honorable Khadija. I so accept.
Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? In the absence of further nominations, I declare the nomination closed.
And just like it happened in the Senate, the Deputy Speakership position is returned unopposed. Honorable Benjamin Kalu, former spokesperson of the 9th House of Representatives, described as the Oracle, as the Deputy Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives. His inauguration will follow shortly. It's not surprising that Honorable Benjamin Kalu is unopposed, because earlier this morning, one of the strong contenders for the office of Deputy Speaker, Honorable Miriam Onoha, stepped down, saying she was obeying the directives of the party. And Honorable Benjamin Kalu has enjoyed goodwill among his colleagues in the past 4 years, having to interact with them in order to interact with the Nigerian public. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, or the 10th House, is Honorable Abbas Tajudeen, and the Deputy Speaker is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, a second-time member of the House of Representatives. He will now be inaugurated by the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Sani Tambawal. Let's do a quick track back on how the day began and how it's going so far. As early as past 6 this morning, the National Assembly premises was almost filled to capacity, but that wasn't as easy as many expected, because security was top-notch and a lot of lawmakers were prevented from gaining access into the National Assembly with their cars, and a lot of them came into the National Assembly in buses conveying them from specific locations. And at the entrance of the National Assembly, one entrance was made available to virtually every person who needed to be in the National Assembly, today journalists included. And it seemed as though there was some funny games going on, because at the time lawmakers had to alight from their buses to gain access to the Assembly complex after plenary was moved from 10 a.m. to 8 a.m. So there you have it, the new Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu from Abia State.
Oath of allegiance.
I, Benjamin Okezie Kalu,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. and that I will preserve,
protect,
defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oath of a member of the House of Representatives.
I, Benjamin Okezie Carlo,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as a member of the House of Representatives, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability. Faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
In accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And the law.
And the law.
And the rules of the House.
And the rules of the House.
And always in the interest of sovereignty.
And always in the interest of sovereignty.
Integrity. Solidarity.
Well-being.
And prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That I will strive to preserve. The fundamental objectives. And directive principles
of state policy
contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And
that I will preserve.
Protect.
And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And
that I will abide. By the code of conduct. Contained in the fifth schedule. To the Constitution of the Federal Republic
of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, so I'll give you this, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
Now we confirmation Deputy Speaker. Oath of the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives.
I, Benjamin Okezie Carlo,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful
and
bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as a Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability. Faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the law. And the rules of the House. And always in the interest of the sovereignty. Integrity. Solidarity. Well-being. And prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve. The fundamental objectives. And directives principles. Of the state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will preserve. Protect. And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will abide. By the code of conduct. Contained in the fifth schedule. To the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Hey, where is your sign?
My name?
Yeah, you write your name. Let him sign. On 13th day of
Over 350.
Sign.
I died to Kumana.
This one before you have to put, you're supposed to put deputy speaker here. The speaker there, I'll sign here yourself. So they will do it later. Picture. That was my wife's name. Thank you, Congress. Now swear all the members of the club in the house. Now all the members step by step. Maybe
SDF, come and take photograph. No, come to the center. You have done a good work. Very nice work. Particularly in the center.
you want to talk with go.
You can speak up. Close the camera. I was coming to your place. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. So something
just want to find out from you two things. One, the reason for you being here today and what you make of the process that you witnessed.
Thank you very much. We appreciate God Almighty. We appreciate the leadership of this country today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for hitting the ground and running. This is indeed hope renewed. We came to show solidarity and support to all of the National Assembly members-elect, from the Senate to the reps, and the processes were so transparent and open. Nobody is twisted. The National Assembly were allowed to have a free choice. At the end of the day, our party won. At the end of the day, Nigerians won. And this is the beauty of democracy in this country. And I want to assure Nigerians that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is indeed a government of all inclusivity. And I urge each and everyone to give maximum support. And let us see what we can do for this administration, and not even what the administration can do for us. Because it is what we do for Nigeria that will make Nigeria stand on her feet, and we can be proud of this great nation. So we have seen it demonstrated today in the parliamentary of this great nation.
Your Excellency, the election is over. What are your expectations from this 10th Assembly?
My expectations are that from this very moment onward, they should settle down, bring everybody that are aggrieved in one way or the other. Let there be inclusivity. Every region, every gender, every age group, and everybody in this country should be included, should be brought on board, and let them settle down and begin to carry out the legislative business and support the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that our hope can be renewed and will continue to be alive. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Excellency. Excellency. Excellency.
Members-elect, members-elect, please go. Order, members-elect, order. Please, order, please. Order. Please take your seat. Members-elect, take your seat. Order, please, order.
In our view, in which all of us have seen, has reflected real democracy at play and party supremacy also across party lines. You know, people have shown that we all can work together, right? An election that has been very transparent, that has reflected the views of all of the members-elect, and they've been able to choose their leaders freely, justly, and equitably, right? I'm indeed proud of them. And like we've also seen at the Senate this morning. So we believe that this will give, a proper stability for our National Assembly, both at the Senate and the House of Representatives. And I imagine they're going to settle in very, very quickly to be able to support the work of the executive, led by His Excellency Mr. President himself. And I imagine that they understand what the responsibilities are and what Nigerians will be expecting of them. So we really just need to wish them all the very best, pray for them, and hope that this 10th Assembly, right, can indeed also do better than the 9th Assembly. We understand that the 9th Assembly was one of the biggest in terms of the bills and everything, but the 10th Assembly have, a target to meet and surpass. So I imagine they're going to settle very, very quickly and be able to begin to pass laws and make decisions that will be beneficial to all Nigerians, in respect of what part of the country you come from. So I wish them all the very best, and I want to say congratulations to all Nigerians this morning. Thank you.
Ceremonial handing over to the new speaker. No, I say. So, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the management and the staff of the National Assembly, we have concluded our job in the House of Representatives. We wish you Allah's blessing throughout your tenure. Thank you. We take our exit. Thank you. Where's my...
A voice voting to authenticate the transparency process. So we are happy that members coordinated themselves very well, and we have brought a new leadership to the 10th Assembly, and we are praying that God will guide them so that they will work with us, in the executive and even the judiciary to bring good fortunes to Nigeria. We are facing a lot of issues and challenges as a country, so we need synergy in all arms of government to put all hands on deck for the prosperity of Nigeria.
What challenge part of this institution? You recall what happened at the time when the last election was held, and those who did not support the person who emerged were somewhat alienated even on the floor of the House. Now with your experience and with the power that you hold now, how are you going to step in to ensure that that does not happen again in this assembly?
No, definitely. Ours is advisory, and we're going to advise them very well to do the right thing, because prosperity of any assembly needs membership. So we are hopeful that we'll talk to the speaker and his team to make sure they carry everybody along so that Nigeria will benefit from the 10th Assembly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you?
Observation. All those downstairs should come up, while those of us upstairs should go down. For equity and justice. It's like they're just focusing on only the people that are downstairs.
Supported.
LOP.
75.
LOP.
76. 80.
Thank you very much,
72.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, honorable colleagues. We thank God for a peaceful, rancor-free process. On behalf of members of the House of the 9th Assembly and I believe the 10th Assembly, I congratulate you on your election as the Speaker of the 10th Assembly. I wish you well. It's not an easy feat, but from what I know, you will do a good job. These are your members, we are your members, and I congratulate you, and on behalf of them, I hand over my handover notes as a Speaker of the 9th Assembly. This will be a guide to you, and I hope you continue from where I left. Congratulations, and God bless you.
principal officers of the 10th Assembly. To the mighty grace of God, those that became Speaker and Deputy Speaker are Right Honorable Tajudeen Abbas and Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu. And my prayers for them is as they move into this 10th Assembly on leadership, they lead with integrity, lead with kindness, and lead with the constituents in which we all embody and are here to serve. I also believe that there should be a focus for the 10th Assembly, and that focus should borderline on the key issues that are befalling upon Nigeria. As our constitution stands, we need to work hard to make sure that the changes that will benefit the good people of Nigeria are met by all standards, both locally and internationally. I also believe that issues on security, issues on infrastructure, issues on education, issues on youth empowerment, women inclusiveness should also be focused on this 10th Assembly.
Members-elect, we were originally supposed to proceed on zonal basis, but as the Speaker directed, all members should stand up.
Point of order, we have not gotten forms up here.
Raise your hands.
We do not have forms up here.
If you don't have the card, you raise your hands, please.
We don't have.
It will be issued later.
No, we don't have. No. We don't have.
Repeat after me. I
You don't see how to organize it.
do solemnly swear, affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Oath of a member of House of Representatives. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the House of Representatives, I will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability, faithfully, in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the law, and the rules of the House, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Congratulations, everybody.
hoped and prayed for. It was peaceful, it was rancor-free, it was seamless. It wasn't as well managed because of the size of the temporary hall we're using right now. As you know, our traditional chambers is actually 3-4 times this size. But nonetheless, it went very well, it went smoothly, and we are very grateful that things have turned out the way they have turned out. You can see that it was overwhelming. I say, tongue-in-cheek, that I had the highest number of votes in history in the election of the Speaker in the House of Representatives. But now Tajudeen Abbas has beyond surpassed that with 353 votes. I think maybe 6-7 short of total 360. So I give him, I congratulate him, and with that comes a lot of responsibilities, a lot. He has an overwhelming majority, and I wish him Godspeed, and I wish him well.
Honourable Speaker, just before you go, there are 2 questions for you. One of them is, with regard to the 10th Assembly, what are your expectations of this 10th Assembly that they should prioritize? Also, the issue of ministerial list from the President. Would you be pushing for him to present that list with portfolios attached?
Well, in terms of expectations, we have a good, well, not a good number. We have some members from the 9th Assembly that are going into the 10th Assembly. They are the foundation of this Assembly, and I believe that, and I hope that they will build on the work. The 10th Assembly will build on the work that we've done in the 9th Assembly, and that's a lot. Some work is unfinished. I expect them to finish off that job. Constitutional amendment, and the issue of gender parity, and so many other things. The electoral laws remains unfinished, even though a strong foundation has been laid. And I believe I expect the 10th Assembly to build on those things. And I expect them to, beyond that, begin to break new frontiers in terms of legislative work. As you know, Nigeria is a very complex, very massive country, and things will continue to happen. Things will continue to, situations will continue to come up. And I believe that this 10th Assembly should be able to rise up to those situations and help the executive and the president in governing and taking this country to another level. Well, ministerial list, as you know, the president has about 60 days by law now to present his ministerial list. So that is coming. Whether he chooses to present with or without portfolio, that's his prerogative, and I believe he will do the right thing, as he has been doing since he was sworn into office.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, yeah.
and be expecting a lot of goodies and performance. But until when you get into the system, now we will only put on a prayers. We will pray that yes, the leadership now which we have elected will lead us in peace. They will be able to succeed in whatever they want to do in the National Assembly and for the country as a whole. You know, today is a very good day in the history of democracy in Nigeria, where this is an election that took place in the National Assembly where only 3 people contested, and it went rancor-free. There was no rancor, there was nothing. So I believe democracy in Nigeria today is becoming every day and day built up. So thank you. I believe we are expecting the goodies, and be expecting the goodies, because we won't say expect bad, but expect goodies from Nigerians and from the members of the National Assembly. So thank you. My name is Honorable Awolu Abdu Gwalepe. I'm from the remotest part of Nigeria, Bauchi, and I come from the remotest part of the remotest part of Nigeria, so which is Azare, Katagum Federal Constituency. Thank you very much.
The expectation is about joint venture, is about understanding, is about the cohesion. It's not one person affair. The specific area is that we are going to do more law that will affect life. Seeing a lot of things that in Nigeria have done now, especially the president removing of the fuel subsidy, we are going to make sure that there is a palliative. We are able to shroud the law that will help to bring the palliative for the people of the rural area. And based on what President have said about the minimum wage for the civil servant, we as a legislature will make sure at any moment that the law come up, we are able to make it, and that law should be implemented to make sure that the civil servant of each of this country are well paid for them to stand the challenges of this country. Yeah, there is already a constitutional matter that the president have to present his ministerial list within 60 days. And seeing the man that is well planned, Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the vice president are planned people, seeing him, he have already brought the list of the SCAs to the Senate, and the Senate have approved. Within 2 days, he appointed the chief of staff and SGF. He's a man that have a program for this country. He will not reach that 60 days, he will announce his cabinet. So what we are looking at is that to roll the ball. The portfolios, he's going to do that. He's articulate. He knows that it is a constitutional matter. He's a man that knows what the Nigeria needs. And the 10th Assembly Speaker we elect today is a man that's going to work with everybody. God bless you.
This is Channels Television. You've been watching live coverage of the emergence of the leadership of the 10th National Assembly, with the emergence of Godswill Akpabio as Senate President and Tajudeen Abbas as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Please stay tuned for more information on News Track coming up at the top of the hour. Good afternoon and welcome to News Track. I'm Olumide Macaulay.
Initiated in the year 2000, the practice of providing opportunities for federal legislatures to nominate projects to be
Meanwhile, some state governors, though not members of the 10th Assembly, are...
Senator Godswill Akpabio has been elected President of the 10th Senate. Senator Akpabio was elected at the inauguration of the Senate today, which was attended by all the 109 senators. Senator Akpabio, member of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, representing Akwa Ibom Northwest, polled 63 votes to defeat his only challenger, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, who polled 46 votes. In the same vein, Senator Barau Jibrin was elected unopposed as Deputy Senate President. Senator Akpabio, who is the APC-backed candidate, thanked his colleagues for electing him and promised that the 10th Assembly will work closely with the executive to bring about the required improvement in the lives of Nigerians.
He first came to the Senate in the 8th Assembly. He was the Senate's majority leader in the 8th Assembly. His journey in politics has been long. He started as the Akwa Ibom Commissioner from 2002 to 2006. Then he became the governor of Akwa Ibom State from 2007 to 2015. He came into the National Assembly in 2015. That was the 8th Senate. From 2015 to 2019, he was the Senate minority leader, from 2015 to 2018. After the
principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the fifth schedule.
A historic moment for all of us as we embark on a new chapter in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My speech is on my behalf and also on behalf of my Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate, a very humble personage who has been humbled by the events of today, distinguished Senator Jibril Barau. We are both very happy to have been given this opportunity, and we show gratitude to Almighty God. We also want to thank God on your behalf, and especially congratulate all of you who have just been sworn in as senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will continue to be one amongst you, and I'll work with you, for you, beside you. I'll be a Senate President that will stand for all, including distinguished Senator Yari. Whether he was qualified to contest or not did not matter. What mattered is that democracy took root right here in these chambers today. So let me congratulate you for a hard fight. I want to extend my hand of fellowship to you. We've already discussed here that we are going to work very closely together. I take it that every single senator here voted for me. And what has happened today is historic. This is the first time in the Nigerian Senate that you have 8 political parties seated in one chamber. What that means is that as soon as you pass through the door to enter these red chambers, you become a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and no longer of your political party, and I will treat you so. The country is at a crossroads. We are grappling with a lot of difficulties. We are just inherited an economy that requires renewal, revitalization. I want to thank our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the Vice President Kashim Shettima, GCON, for the steps they've taken so far, which has given a lot of hope to the entire Nigerian Federation and even the West African sub-region as a whole.
And at the House of Representatives, Tajudeen Abbas emerged Speaker of the 10th House by polling 353 votes to defeat his closest opponents, Idris Washe and Aminu Jaji, who scored 3 votes each. Former spokesperson of the 9th House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, was elected Deputy Speaker of the House. He was declared unopposed after his nomination by Babajimi Benson, a lawmaker from Lagos. Honorable Tajudeen Abbas from Zaria constituency in Kaduna State spoke of his plans for the 10th House of Representatives. Meanwhile, the much orchestrated inauguration of the 10th Ogun House of Assembly, slated for today, has been postponed. In a terse press statement issued by the clerk of the House, Deji Adeyemo, the reason was given for the postponement, but regretting any inconveniences the development causes. The postponement may not be unconnected with issues surrounding the composition of the leadership of the Assembly, while the incumbent Speaker, Taiwo Oluomo, who is contemplating a second term in office as the Speaker of the Assembly, a second-term member representing Odeda State constituency, is said to be interested in the race for the speakership of the 26-member State House of Assembly. Currently, the ruling All Progressives Congress has 17 members, while the People's Democratic Party has 16 in the House. The inauguration had been scheduled for to hold on Tuesday, the 20th of this month. Elsewhere, the Presidential Election Petition Court has resumed sitting, and it's beginning the day proceedings with the case of Mr. Peter Obi versus INEC, Mr. Tinubu, Mr. Shettima, and the APC. President Tinubu, Vice President Shettima, and the APC. When the court sat on Saturday, the petitioner rendered additional evidence in form of INEC documents and also called up a subpoenaed witness who tendered a video evidence which was played in open court. After the appearances were announced, counsel to Mr. Obi began the day proceedings by tendering forms EC4TG and from 10 local governments in Niger State. Forms EC4TG is where INEC input the number of all polling units that were cancelled or voters couldn't vote. Also tendered by the petitioner, 5 certified true copies of INEC reports from Niger State. Mr. Peter Obi also submitted additional INEC certified documents from Edo, Osun, and Sokoto. He also tendered results from the INEC results viewing portal from 21 local governments in Adamawa State. Civil rights activists gathered at the Lagos and Ogun homes of late Chief M.K. Abiola to commemorate the 30th anniversary of June 12, 1993 election. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his Ogun State counterpart, Dapo Abiodun, were represented by their deputies, who joined in paying tribute to the late billionaire businessman and politician who won the presidential poll. The occasions provided the opportunity for participants to reflect on the life and times of Chief MKO Abiola and his political ideals.
The Ikeja home of the Abiolas play host to a crop of civil rights activists and associates to what has become some sort of annual convention in honor of the man whose life was cut short for daring to oppose the annulment of his victory at the 1993 presidential poll. Deputy Governor of Lagos State Femi Amzat and other guests joined the children of the late politician to lay a commemorative wreath on his grave. MKO is surely missed by family on the home front.
Because he actually was a man who loved people, was a man who cared about people. And it gave them a lot of pleasure when people around him are happy.
On the other hand, his ideals of democracy remain immortal, and many believe they can be applied to effect good governance.
Of course, we will have our differences, it's natural, but it is important that in memory of all these great men and women who are murdered, we must, at least in their memory, come together to build a nation that they would be proud of.
Others speak about his political legacy.
If we are still in 2023 talking about beavers, about electronic transmission of results from beavers to IREV, and we are still seeing INEC living in self-denial in the year 2023, 30 years after June 12th, then I think our democratic philosophy has not deepened at all.
MKO particularly stood for the eradication of poverty. Ashwaju believes in eradicating poverty, empowering not only the youth, women, but everybody in the country.
In Ogun, the home state of Chief MKO Abiola, special prayers hold at his family house in Okeagbo, Abeokuta, the state capital. The event is attended by members of his extended family, top government functionaries, among others. Governor Dapo Abiodun is represented by his deputy Noimot Salako Oyedele. Family members demand that the ideals of the late MKO Abiola should be sustained.
It is obvious that the government has never forgotten, the Abiola family. But what we'll continue to clamor for is that his sacrifice, his entitlement, everything that he has fought for, over 30 years ago, would not be in vain.
Many believe that Nigeria's democracy is still at its budding stage, with more lessons to learn. 1 year from now, these gatherings will reconvene to take stock of how far we've fared in building a strong democracy.
The governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Imo State, Ethan Achono, has promised to grant autonomy to local governments in Imo State if elected governor in the November 11 governorship elections. Mr. Ethan Achono disclosed this while speaking to journalists in Owerri, the Imo State capital, after a symposium organized in his honor tagged Imo, Creating Pathway to Economic Recovery. According to the Labour Party governorship candidate, if he is elected, his administration will bring economic prosperity to Imo State and create an enabling environment for economic activities to thrive.